In a flash, it's back. It's Monday, and thank you for being a part of the program. On next to the last Monday of the month of July, in fact, a week from tonight, we'll be saying goodbye already to the month of July on the 31st. It is the 24th. Thank you again for being a part of the program. I hope your weekend went well. You may recall I left you before the weekend bragging foolishly on the forecast and the zero chance of any showers and thunderstorms all the way through midweek or so. Well, here we are rolling into Monday, and some shower and storm chances certainly rolling into your forecast, possibly firing off with some thunderstorms intermittently throughout your 7-day, and the heat still set to crank it up. Even more so than what I talked about with you on Friday's program. I will update your forecast in more detail in just a few seconds. I need to make a couple of announcements before we go any further. A reminder, as we're advertising everywhere, that we're looking for some help here at Independent Signs and Graphics under, of course, the Your News Today, Syersville Independent roots with the sign shop. Looking for someone to work in the sign shop. A graphic design, who is familiar with Photoshop and Illustrator, who can design signs, banners, graphics, things of that nature. And then, if they're not already, become familiar with the large format printer, which of course prints those, and then the process of putting them together on the tables and in the workstation in the back. It's a full-time and or part-time position that is available, and it depends on experience and things of that nature, and we're looking for someone to fill in a gap immediately. So if you would like to apply for that position, please call the independent offices at 349-2915 or reach out to my editor, Heather Oney. It's Heather because she's much more organized than I, and that's just the smarter thing for me to do. With that said, coming up later on in the week, I left you in a hurry Friday to try to make it to the arrival of our friends, who will be forever friends, I do believe, from Kentucky Brotherhood. It was a wonderful evening spent at the McGoffin County Rescue Squad with some very wonderful people. I look forward to bringing you that story. Another report coming up, not tonight, but in the week. The recovery of all those road signs that the McGoffin County Judge's Office has been looking for. We sat down with Judge Executive Matt Wireman a few weeks ago, outlining the more than a dozen, maybe a few dozen signs that have been taken, and they have since been recovered by McGoffin County Sheriff Bill Meade. And that investigation continues, we believe, culminating in some warrants and or arrest on tomorrow. And I expect then that I'll have an update on that for you. On tonight's program, a number of indictments returned last week, some but not all. We will touch on some of those as returned last week by the sitting Johnson County grand jury. Tragic news out of Floyd County and a host of other headlines. So please stay tuned. We'll wrap up the rest of the show starting in just a second.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Syersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics.
Johnson Central High School stands alone, providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky, including Lexington and Louisville. Pathways ranging from the medical field to engineering, IT, welding, law, and even aviation are among our 27 different choices. Work has also started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. Every child deserves to experience the power of opportunity. Only available in Johnson County Schools.
Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Two young girls, teenagers from Floyd County, were among a total of 6 or so inside a pickup truck which overturned in the early morning hours over the course of the weekend. The others all suffered injuries, as did the driver. but for 13-year-old McKenna Reese Barnett and 16-year-old Kendra Jade Marino. They were ejected and pronounced dead at the scene. 13-year-old McKenna Barnett to the left and 16-year-old Kendra Marino will be laid to rest following a joint service which will take place at the Prestonsburg High School this Friday afternoon beginning at 2 o'clock. All of this after a tragic accident over the course of the weekend when Marcus Auksher, according to the Kentucky State Police, was reportedly behind the wheel of a pickup truck traveling in the Grethel area, himself from the Nippa community. The driver and a total of 5 passengers, including the 2 young teenagers. The truck then left the roadway and overturned. Again, the 4 occupants, including the driver, were taken to the area hospital for treatment of their injuries. No other details were given on the extent of their injuries, while again both Marino and Barnett were pronounced dead by the Floyd County Coroner's Office. Other details that we are aware of at this hour is that GoFundMe pages have been established as well by friends and or family for those who would like to contribute to the funeral services. Since the early Sunday morning crash that claimed the lives of the 2 young ladies, GoFundMe pages have collected thousands of dollars, each with a goal of $5,000 to be collected in an effort to again offset funeral costs. At this time, no other details about the cause of the crash or any circumstances leading up to have been released as the Kentucky State Police continue their investigation. A number of individuals, including some from Sagersville, named in Johnson County indictments on Friday. We'll touch on some of those this evening with the complete list to make it onto the program beginning tomorrow. We'll begin with 2 men facing very serious sex-related charges, Randy Richmond and that of Michael Taylor. Beginning to the left of your screen, 56-year-old Michael Taylor of State Street in Paintsville has been indicted on a count of sodomy in the first degree. That's a Class A felony, and given the age of the victim, it carries a penalty of from 20 years in prison all the way to life and a fine of up to $10,000. The grand jury charging that 56-year-old Taylor on or before September the 1st of 2021 and sometime leading up to the indictment being released, committed the act of sodomy in the first degree against another person having deviant sexual intercourse with a victim under the age of 12. To the right of your screen, 23-year-old Randy Richmond, also of State Street, the 2 at least neighbors living in the same area, unknown if there's any connection other than that. He was indicted on sexual abuse in the first degree, a victim under 12 years of age. The grand jury alleging that on or from or around April the 4th of 2022 and somewhere in between the indictment being released, he subjected a victim under the age of 12 to sexual abuse in the first degree. Right now, court records indicate but do not confirm that it is the same victim under the age of 12 being referred to in the 2 indictments of these men. There were at least 2 Sagersville residents named in the most recent round of indictments. Roy Gibson, said to be complicit and named in fellow indictments as Kelly Keene, also known as Kelly Kill, and James R. Castle, all for trafficking in the first degree, that being methamphetamine, and being a persistent felony offender in the first degree for Gibson, while Keene or Kill was indicted for being a persistent felony offender in the first degree as well, also trafficking within 1,000 yards of a school and trafficking in methamphetamine. And the third of the trio, that being James R. Castle, also indicted in trafficking in meth, being a persistent felony offender in the first degree, meaning they all 3 had at least 2 prior felonies on their record, and trafficking in 1,000 yards of a school. This all in relation to a large amount of drugs and cash which were seized by authorities. Per an investigation
a large quantity or significant quantity, some 22 grams or more of methamphetamine, over $2,200 in cash, police scanner, digital scales, and a long list of other items and drug paraphernalia, which are all part of the investigation. Another Sayersville resident named in Johnson County indictments is that a 44-year-old Angel Gibson of Sayersville, indicted on account of strangulation in the first degree and assault in the third of a correctional officer or employee. This was for trying to strangle and attacking an officer, corrections officer, within the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, where she was being held on unrelated charges to this indictment.
Also indicted were Cody Spencer of Leander, Kentucky, on account of intent to defraud or to obtain benefits, that being SNAP benefits in some amount close to $17,300 that he fraudulently collected, says the government, between February the 1st of 2018 and June the 30th of 2019. Also, intent to defraud or scheme indictment charges, a charge against Gabrielle Spencer of course, the same address. She too for $17,000, same amount, $303 in SNAP benefits for the couple. And a Jerome Greathouse of Van Leer, same count, intent to defraud or scheme to get SNAP benefits. However, this time it was $24,000. Jerome Greathouse, acting alone or in complicity with Alicia Greathouse, committed the offense of defrauding to obtain benefits, SNAP benefits of almost $24,500 from August of 2017 through July of 2021. Again, more indictments were returned and more to be reported on the next program. I'll be right back.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sayersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sayersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. 2 locations, 2 ATMs, too much history, over 120 years, and just too many reasons not to trust the oldest, only banking family that exists for the sole purpose of helping your families, our friends, grow financially and securely. Lean on Sayersville National Bank for any of your home, auto, commercial, retirement, or online banking needs. And let us help you make your dreams come true. Get great deals on the greatest brands at Conley Tire with up to $150 back on Goodyears, $100 on Hancooks, $100 on Mickey Thompsons, $125 on Yokohamas. And you can always pay now or later. Plus quick service with oil changes, brake jobs, $35 computer diagnostics to fix and repair your ride at Conley Tire and conleytire.net. All right, now let's take a minute, see what's happening on tonight's calendar, which starts off with a happy anniversary wish, as you might be able to tell. Happy 58th anniversary. 58th anniversary wishes to Herman and Angie Laverne Crace. Happy anniversary to you both. From there, Founders Day coming up. If you want to be a vendor, set up a food booth in Sayersville, call the Sayersville Fire Department, 349-3256. You can pay, I think it's $250 for the entire event for food booths, and then other vendors, I think it's closer to $75 if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, call 349-3256 if you want to set up a food booth. And call me when you have a calendar announcement. Kind of a brief calendar tonight. Doesn't happen all that often. Birthdays, though, and anniversaries, too, included, so be sure and send those in when you can. So sad to hear about the passing of Reba Jenkins Slusher, who passed away at the age of 83. the wife of the late Jimmy Slusher. She passed away Friday at Morgan County ARH. The daughter of the late Woodrow and Polly Daniels Jenkins. Reva survived by her son James and 3 brothers, David and Dean and William Jenkins, and her sisters Clara Bowman, Janice Adams, Rosemary Stahl, and Rebecca Gilliland. In addition to her parents, Reva was preceded to death by her husband Jimmy and her 2 brothers Woodrow and Billy. Services will be held tomorrow at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Friends can visit the funeral home this evening up till 9 o'clock for visitation. Services will start Wednesday at 1 for 96-year-old Annie Gamble Robbins of Sagersville. She passed away Friday at St. Clair in Moorhead. The daughter of the late Haney and Cynthia Cantrell Gamble. She survived by her 4 daughters, Donna Swords, Betsy Pack, Mabel Howard, and Phyllis Cottle, 7 sons, Russell Robbins and Roy Robbins and Herschel Williams, Mike and Mitch and Bill and Marlon Robbins, her sisters Wanda Hamilton and Decky Doolin and Marvy Wright, and her brothers Buck and Bart and Dale Gamble, 46 grandchildren, 63 great-grandchildren, and several great-great-grandchildren. Wow. In addition to her parents, Annie is preceded in death by her husband Raleigh and daughter Marie Roberts and a son Harold Williams, as well as her sisters Vannie and Mary, and brothers Carl and Clifford and Alonzo and Jimmy. Services Wednesday at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Friends can visit the funeral home that morning after 11 and prior to services. Services will begin Wednesday at 1 for Phyllis Salyer, our neighbor and friend for a number of years, where I grew up and then, of course, where I worked. Phyllis Joy Williams Salyer, 92 of Sayersville, passed away Saturday at the UK hospital. Daughter of the late Tony and Audie Mae Williams, she survived by her sons Donald Paul and Joe Salyer and her grandson Cole Hudson. Phyllis was a faithful member of the Sayersville First Baptist Church, just as she was to the Sayersville National Bank, where she, of course, retired. Services will start Wednesday at 1 from the Sayersville First Baptist. Friends can call on the church that morning at 11 before services. And arrangements incomplete at this hour for 91-year-old Joe Lyon of Morrow, Ohio, formerly of Magoffin County. He passed away Saturday in Ohio. Arrangements to be announced soon through the Magoffin County Funeral Home.
Grandpa still says only one restaurant has chicken fixed just the way you like it. Famous, Crispy Plus, or barbecue dip. Only one place has those famous big juicy chunks of breast meat called Double Dippers with their own special sauce. They got country style fish dinners, hot and spicy wings, tater wedges, and all the goodness you can stand to eat. And oh yeah, we've still got that great corn on the cob.
It is time to upgrade, and Appalachian Wireless has an unbeatable offer for you. For a limited time only, Appalachian Wireless is slashing $300 off selected smartphones. Smartphones like the iPhone 14 and Samsung Z Flip and Fold are $300 off with no trade-in required. Visit any Appalachian Wireless store today or go online at AppalachianWireless.com for details and devices. Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Terms and conditions apply. Offer valid while supplies last.
Get ready for an unforgettable summer of music and entertainment at the Mountain Arts Center with Billie Jean Osborne's Kentucky Opry Summer Show. This year's show brings you 6 incredible nights of sensational performances. Summer is in the air, and so are the incredible sounds of the Kentucky Opry. Don't miss out on this must-see event. Tickets can be purchased now by calling 1-888-MAC-ARTS, stopping by the People's Bank box office, or visiting us at www.macarts.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's talk about your Licking Valley RECC 7-day, and that this day is probably not going to end as though it started or as it has continued throughout much of it, because we do have showers and a few thunderstorms in there in those deeper oranges and reds, as you can very well see, rolling into the neighborhood shortly. We'll see how it pans out over the next few hours, but certainly the National Weather Service, understandably so, calling for a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the next several hours, and mainly up until 1 a.m., and that line should be through by then, certainly. Nothing on the severe side as of yet, but keep your eye on them. Mostly cloudy tonight, and 64 degrees is where we'll bottom out for the rest of your Monday. And hold on, because we're going to crank up the heat. If you think it's been hot, just wait a day or two, because changes indeed are on the way. We knew the heat was coming around last week. We thought it was going to be completely dry, and it may be more dry, mostly dry, but we do have some shower and storm chances to roll into the mix, of course, including not just those tonight, but looking at your tomorrow. Tuesday will be the last day in the 80s for a few. 87 tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow, 30 to 40%. That's mainly after 3 o'clock, and that will be, again, mostly sunny, 87. Get into the afternoon, it's going to heat up and it's going to get unstable, and kind of like today, we're liable to see some latter afternoon showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, and mainly all between, say, like 3 and 8 tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then we'll see a bit of a break, and then we'll get a little rest, and then we'll crank it up Wednesday. Hot, 91 for our real temperature. Mostly sunny skies. Really no shower chances to speak of until Wednesday night after 9 or 10. So 2 mostly dry days. I think completely dry on your Wednesday, except for late that night, but 91, mostly sunny on your Wednesday, and we're not done with the temperatures yet. We are done with shower chances from there for at least a little while. Thursday, look for a little patchy fog in the morning, but we're going to hit close to 93, if not 93 or 94 degrees for actual temperatures, and along with that, sunny and dry for your Thursday. No storm chances to speak of right now for your Thursday, and none Friday either. So like I said, there are some shower and storm chances, but not all that great. Just kind of in there in the mix. Again, Friday will add another degree, 94, sunny, a 20% chance of showers and storms, which you might actually be yearning for, to try to knock a little bit of that heat, a little bit of the edge off that heat at 94 and sunny for your Friday. We're still holding on to the 90s for the first half of the weekend, mostly sunny. We'll throw shower chances up to 40% or so, and then that is going to be, I think, some late Friday night and then carrying into your Saturday, but nothing all that great as of right now. Finally, after Saturday, I mean, you're not going to tell a difference, but we might technically be out of the 90s at 89, mostly sunny. We'll hang on to a 30% chance of showers and storms, and we'll see an 87-degree Monday, mostly sunny and the slightest of shower and storm chances. Hot, more hot and sun than not.
That'll do it for tonight. As you heard at the top of the program, a lot of news and some good news to come, including that, of course, wonderful interview that we're working on as of right now with the Kentucky Brotherhood Organization, biking across the state to honor our fallen EMS, and including, of course, our own Captain Carter Conley. It's a great story. It's great people. Look forward to bringing you that and some more of the news, of course, when I see you back here next time. Thank you for watching, and good night.